In the pitch-black skies over the Red Sea, a $100 million F-15E Strike Eagle prowls the night, its engines roaring with immense power and precision. This machine represents the pinnacle of aerospace engineering, a flying fortress equipped with the world's most advanced sensors and lethal air-to-air weaponry. But today, this apex predator is hunting a target so simple and cheap, it seems almost insulting to its sophisticated combat capabilities and high price tag. The pilot's thermal display locks onto a small triangular shadow. This is the Shahed drone, a slow-moving, low-tech weapon that is changing the face of war. While the jet costs a fortune, this drone is worth just $30,000, roughly the price of a mid-range car. Yet it poses a massive threat. With a thunderous roar, a $400,000 Sidewinder missile is unleashed, its heat-seeking eye locked onto the tiny engine of the approaching plastic drone. The impact is absolute. In a fraction of a second, the high-tech interceptor vaporizes the cheap invader, turning a $30,000 threat into falling scrap metal. A $400,000 missile launched from a $100 million jet to kill a $30,000 drone. Welcome to the era of the million-dollar paradox. Is this a massive waste of American taxpayer money, or is there a deeper, more calculated strategic logic hidden behind these seemingly insane military mathematics? To understand this, we must look inside these cheap killers. They aren't dangerous because of high technology. They are dangerous because of their brutal simplicity. They use simple lawnmower-style engines and commercial-grade electronics, making them easy to mass-produce in secret factories by the thousands without needing advanced parts. By utilizing cheap, off-the-shelf GPS technology, these drones can navigate across hundreds of miles with surprising accuracy, all for a fraction of traditional cruise missile costs. This is the saturation attack. The goal isn't to outsmart the enemy with one perfect weapon, but to overwhelm them with sheer unstoppable numbers. When you launch 1,000 drones at once, you force the defender to make a choice. No matter how advanced the shield, every shield has a limit. Ground-based systems like the Patriot are incredibly powerful, but their ammunition is limited and extremely expensive, creating a terrifying logistical bottleneck for the defenders. Once the number of incoming threats exceeds the computer's ability to track and fire, the defense system enters a state of saturation, leaving the target vulnerable. For the price of a single F-35, an adversary can build over 3,000 suicide drones. This is the math of attrition that keeps generals awake. If even one of these cheap weapons gets through the multi-million-dollar defense net, it can cause catastrophic damage to high-value infrastructure or personnel. The true victory for the drone launcher isn't just the explosion. It's forcing the superpower to run out of interceptors while they still have drones to fly. Quantity has a quality all its own. In this new era, the most expensive military in the world is being drained by the most affordable weapons. Why can't we just use cheap ground guns? Because physics is the enemy. Radar travels in straight lines, but the Earth is curved, creating blind spots. By flying just a few feet above the waves, drones hide in the clutter of the ocean, remaining invisible to ground-based radar until it's far too late. This is where the fighter jet shines. From 30,000 feet, the F-15's radar looks down, stripping away the drone's cover and exposing it against the sea. The Active Electronically Scanned Array, or AESA radar, can track hundreds of small targets simultaneously, even those trying to hide near the ground or water. Through sensor fusion, the pilot doesn't just rely on his own jet. He sees what the satellites and the destroyers see, creating a perfect battlefield map. Ground guns only protect a small bubble around them. A jet fighter, however, can fly out and kill the threat 100 miles before it arrives. This is defense in depth. By using jets, the military creates multiple layers of protection, ensuring that the primary target remains untouched and safe from harm. Mobility is the ultimate advantage. A jet can move to where the drones are, while a ground battery can only wait for the drones to come. Even the most elusive drone cannot hide from the look-down, shoot-down capability of modern American fighters, making them the ultimate drone-killing machines in the sky. The cost of flying a jet is high, but the cost of a defenseless carrier or a destroyed port is infinitely higher in the long run. It is a layered wall of sensors and steel where the expensive jet serves as the most flexible and far-reaching brick in the entire defensive system. Imagine a night where diplomacy fails. A massive wave of suicide drones is launched from a hidden coastal battery, heading straight for a carrier group. The F-35C screams into the air, its stealth profile making it a ghost in the machine as it hunts for the incoming swarm in the storm. Through the pilot's helmet, the world is transparent. He sees every drone as a glowing red dot, Filtered through thousands of data points every single second, the weapon bays open. There is no room for error. If a single $30,000 drone hits the carrier's radar tower, the entire fleet becomes blind. Fox 2. A Sidewinder streaks away, its proximity fuse sensing the metallic skin of the drone as it closes the distance at Mach 2. The explosion is surgical. The drone is shredded by thousands of tungsten fragments, falling into the ocean as nothing more than useless burnt plastic debris. But there are more. The pilot works with cold mechanical efficiency, engaging target after target as the swarm tries to bypass his defensive patrol zone. Each drone carries a warhead capable of crippling a tanker. Every successful intercept prevents a potential environmental disaster and millions in lost cargo. The pressure is immense. In this high-stakes game of cat and mouse, the pilot is the last line of defense for thousands of lives below. For 60 minutes, the sky is a graveyard of drones. The expensive missiles are doing their job, keeping the multi-billion-dollar fleet completely untouched. A single failure could spark a global war. In the geopolitical arena, the price of an interceptor is a small fee for preventing a total escalation. As the jet lands, the mission is accomplished, the swarm is neutralized, and the strategic balance of power remains firmly in the hands of the superpower. The calculation was simple: spend millions to save billions. In the cold logic of modern warfare, this was a resounding and necessary victory. Just as the military uses stealth and electronic warfare to protect its assets from invisible threats, you must protect your own digital life every day. On the internet, your personal data is constantly being hunted by digital drones, hackers, and trackers looking for any vulnerability to exploit and steal. That is why you need Surfshark VPN. With a single click, you create a private, encrypted tunnel that hides your identity and your sensitive information. Surfshark acts as your personal digital shield, ensuring that no matter where you are, your connection remains invisible to anyone trying to spy on you. Whether you are on public Wi-Fi or at home, Surfshark prevents advertisers and malicious actors from tracking your every move and selling your private data. You can even bypass regional restrictions, accessing content from around the world as if you were physically there, all while maintaining total security and speed. Don't wait for an attack to find a defense. Click the link in the description below to get a special discount and start protecting your digital borders. Stay invisible, stay secure, and take control of your internet experience today with the most trusted name in digital defense and online privacy. To truly understand the military's choice, we have to look at the scale of what is at risk. A carrier is a $13 billion sovereign territory. When you compare a $400,000 missile to a $13 billion ship, the missile starts to look like the greatest bargain in the history of warfare. Then there is the global economy. A single cargo ship carries $500 million in goods, fueling industries and feeding millions of people worldwide. If a drone hits just one ship, insurance rates skyrocket and shipping lanes close. The cost to the global economy can reach $10 billion every day. The generals aren't thinking like shopkeepers. They are thinking like insurance adjusters for the world. They pay a high premium to prevent a total collapse. Military spending isn't just about the cost of the hardware. It's about the value of the peace and stability that hardware provides for global trade. Furthermore, you cannot put a price on the lives of the sailors and pilots. Their safety is the primary mission of every defensive system deployed. The presence of these jets acts as a deterrent. It tells the enemy that any attack, no matter how cheap, will be met with overwhelming force. In the game of geopolitical chess, you don't trade your queen for a pawn. You use your power to ensure the pawn never reaches your side. Deterrence only works if you are willing to use your most effective tools. To use anything less would be to invite even more frequent attacks. What looks like a waste of money to a casual observer is actually a calculated investment in maintaining the global status quo and preventing chaos. But the military is not standing still. The future of drone defense is shifting toward directed energy lasers that can kill for pennies per shot. Systems like Helios use concentrated light to burn through drone sensors and engines in seconds, eliminating the need for expensive, limited supply kinetic missiles. Microwave weapons can even neutralize entire swarms at once, frying their electronics with an invisible wave of energy, turning the mass advantage against itself. We are also seeing the rise of loitering interceptors, cheap drones designed specifically to ram into and destroy other drones, fighting fire with fire and cost with cost. The age of the $100 million fighter jet is not over, but it is evolving. It is becoming the command center for a new robotic battlefield. Adaptability is the key to survival. The military that can change its tactics the fastest will be the one that wins the next great conflict. History has shown that every unstoppable weapon eventually meets its match. The drone is just the latest challenge in a 5,000-year-old arms race. Ultimate victory isn't about who has the most expensive toys, but who has the wisdom to use them to prevent the war from ever happening. The math of war is always changing, but the mission remains the same. Dominance through technology, strategy, and the unwavering will to protect what matters. What do you think about this economic paradox? Is the era of the billion-dollar ship over, or is the jet fighter still the ultimate king? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep-dive strategic analysis from the world of GeoGridIntel. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay strategic, and we will see you in the next episode as we explore the future of global power.